not giving up the and one.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Now here's Mills. West down low, defended by Young, and the basket by West.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Young passes to Bass. It's blocked, but he gets it back. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage. And guys, it sure looks like the shot left his hands just a moment too late.
Yeah, this one pretty clear cut. I don't think there's much question about it. He didn't get it off in time. I'm sure the officials are going to agree with that.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology.
And Tim Duncan closing in on 2 decades in the league. He talked about his
The games are my solace. I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy the chess match. I enjoy the physical play. I enjoy that part of it. So being on the floor, being able to compete at that level, and knowing that I won't ever be able to compete on that level once I'm done with this, that drives me, and I love that part of it.
Well, Duncan breaking down his life for the game and what keeps him and going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with this. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamanos. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Spurs?
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Randall out there with Nick Young. Then it's Russell. Then it's Williams. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Marcus Aldridge, a polished mid-range shooter as well, and he's working on expanding his range out beyond the arc.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? Last season he made over 10 times more threes than the season before. He made them at an impressive clip, too. I think it's something he should keep as part of his package.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And, you know, he's always, Aldridge, been a great shooter from everywhere. But don't forget, also terrific at the free throw line as well. I mean, last season he was excellent among power forwards, only second to Dirk Nowitzki.
The Spurs making a switch here. Parker's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Ryan is checked in for Nick Young.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. You know, and with Aldridge's great shooting ability, I mean, he doesn't have to put the ball in harm's way. He has always done a great job of limiting his turnovers, and that's an underrated aspect of his game.
Outside Bryant, there's the triple. Rebound San Antonio. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
It's deflected. Leonard with the steal. Parker drives in, and it's blocked. Fast break, the Lakers. Bryant's running. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Here's Duncan. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Williams attacking. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Yeah, looking to turn things around here, Greg, and cut into this lead.
Aldridge against Randall. Fades back. In deep. Aldridge drops it in. Aldridge has got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And the Lakers with some changes. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Nance comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Lou Williams. And the shot is good.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists. Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Boris Diaz checked in for Leonard. That one misses for LaMarcus Aldridge. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
David West, he's checked in for San Antonio.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
You know what? He wasn't going to wait around for any help on that break.
Solo soiree performance all the way. How about that for a little bit of a limerick?
I'm going to let it slide. And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebounds.
Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. And the Lakers also making a change. Young's checked in.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Clarkson dishes to Bass. West with the block. They get it back. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Clarkson. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Anderson has it in the corner. Takes a shot at the elbow, and that one's good. Anderson's got his first points in this one. 54 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kobe kicks to Young, lets it go with a 3, and the Lakers get it back. And the jam by Larry Nance.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent NGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
They set the pick. Pass to Bryant. It's stolen. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Simmons. He's covered by Clarkson. First shot, first pass. He's out of the block stats.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Lakers trail by 6. And here's Kobe. He's got 8. He kicks it to Clarkson. All alone. It's rebounded by Boris Diaz. Bass up and in on the layup.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Spurs lead by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Tony Parker. And Tony, a lot of tough play out there in that first half. How would you describe this game so far?
A lot of intensity, very physical.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And an exhilarating first half, to be sure. Welcome back. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Well, the story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10 points, 2 block shots, and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point.
And that'll wrap up our halftime show. The third quarter set to go moments from now. We will be right back here after the game.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Duncan in at the center position. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Leonard. Green inside the three-point line. Misses off the right iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
And he was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons, for one, he had really been progressing in the summer league. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
The Lakers trail. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Williams, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Parker with the steal. Russell against Leonard. Outside Aldridge. Duncan, a screen. Duncan with a screen on Hibbert. A nice shot by Aldridge.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Russell kicks to Randle. Clarkson with the ball. He's against Parker. Hibbert, the pass to Randle. There's the triple. And there's Williams. That's good on the assist from Randle. Williams has got 5 points so far.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The pass to Aldridge. Taken away by Williams. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Aldridge a screen. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
Russell with it. He's picked up by Parker. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. 9 points for Tony Parker.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Duncan up on top. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Can't make good off the pick.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Randall with the bucket.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
The drive by Russell makes it off the glass. And it's a 4-point Laker lead. The Spurs have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Now here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. And he gets it to go. 14 points for Aldridge.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assists and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And then for Los Angeles, Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Nance comes in for Julius Randle. Young is subbed in for Russell. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup. Bass has got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Last year...